All right, so we're walking through the pits here at Burnout Wars, and I actually ran into Stinky Pete here. This is a really interesting scientific contraption we've got going on here. Pete, thank you for coming to send it once again.
It's actually an honor to be here.
Oh, thank you. And you know what? I want you to tell people what you've done, because this old Cummins runs on some funky fuel.
Well, Stinky Peet I bought from a rental company. It was wrecked when I got it for 300 bucks. And a couple of years later, I decided to do a 12-valve Cummins swap in it, so I can make it run on used motor oil. So the truck does not run on diesel fuel at all. It usually runs on a mix of stale gasoline and motor oil. So originally it was a 12-valve Cummins. Just recently I just switched it over to a 24-valve Cummins with a P pump with a aftermarket fuel pump. So now I can run on straight waste motor oil without thinning it out. So any kind of oil-based liquids. So oil, motor, transmission fluid, gear oil, power steering fluid, literally any oil-based liquids I could just dump in the tank now and run it.
Hell yeah, pop the hood, man. See, this is called eco-friendly, baby. Reuse, recycle. I don't need EVs tearing up the environment. Oh, goddamn, this is hot.
Yeah, it's real metal, not the fake Chinesium nowadays.
Chinesium. So I don't know shit about diesels other than they pull good. You haven't really done too much of this.
No, you can actually run homemade diesel fuel, or what I usually call a black diesel fuel, in pretty much any stock diesel fuel system. So long as it's an older system, which is a direct injection pump. So it has to be mechanical.
Okay.
But this, the original 24 valve with the VP44 pump could not run on it. So the block is pretty much all stock except an aftermarket camshaft, and I changed the power pressure on the injectors for the P pump.
So what kind of pressure are you running?
Fuel line pressure, whatever these come like stock, I think it's like something like 40,000 PSI these push.
God. Okay. So basically anybody could do this, really. I mean, with an older setup.
To run it better on straight waste motor oil, I did put bigger delivery valves in the pump.
Okay.
And I advanced the timing a little bit because the motor oil has a higher flash point, so you have to advance the timing a little bit so it can get a full burnout of the fuel.
I see.
You know, it's really nothing major.
So what kind of timing in advance are we talking?
So like stock, these are about like 14 to 16 degrees advanced for the P pumps. I advanced it to like 18 to 20.
In combustion gasoline cars, it doesn't sound like too crazy. But
no, basically you're spraying the fuel in soon enough so it starts burning after it goes top dead center.
Gotcha. You mentioned that you had the 12 valve on the dyno?
Yes,
is that right?
When it was original 12 valve, it was putting out about 180 horsepower on regular diesel fuel.
Okay.
Switched it over to my homemade diesel fuel without touching anything and put out over 250, 265 horsepower.
So zero change, just basically
Just
filtered waste oil, and that you had gasoline in that too? Like you're just basically mixing, and you're saying you're using raw gas, you were siphoning out of tanks at a junkyard, right?
I pick up stale gasoline from a local junkyard, and I mix that with the waste motor oil to thin it out to get the right viscosity to match diesel fuel.
How are you filtering it? Cheesecloth?
Basically just run it through a bed sheet, and I just put it in totes and let it settle out. You know, it's the same exact thing as like a septic tank, how all the solids, everything settles right to the bottom.
Really?
That's it. It's just, you could get a centrifuge and filter it out faster, but a 275-gallon tote sitting for like 2 or 3 weeks is no big deal.
So 275 gallons?
Yes.
Okay, so in the event of World War III, this is why I find this interesting, right? Because let's say the shit hits the fan and you can't go and just get diesel fuel, gasoline, anything at the pump, right? So if you want to do this at home, 275-gallon vat.
Yep, I have a couple totes.
Okay, and then you're just getting bed sheets? You got a thread count you like to use?
The finer the better, so it's like 200 thread count. So I just run it through the bed sheet. Now that catches anything that floats in the oil, like dust, pine needles, leaves. The bed sheet will catch that. Okay. And once it goes in the tote, I mix it with gasoline, then I let it sit. All the water, metal, dirt, anything like that, because it's heavier, will settle to the bottom of the tote.
Yep.
So I'm only pumping off the top 250 gallons.
Gotcha.
And all perfectly clean fuel.
Nice.
Now, with this system now, I don't even have to mix gasoline or anything with it to thin it out.
You just run straight ass oil in it?
Yep, anything. Literally fish oil, nail polish remover, paint thinner, anything that's oil based.
Anything combustible, basically.
Yes, and you can also make basically diesel fuel from solid plastics. So rubber, plastics, and other materials like that. you can basically distill fuel from that. It's the same idea how you make alcohol or moonshine. So you could take solid rubber or plastics or anything like that, heat it up, run it through a condenser, could condense it into a liquid, and that can even run in this truck also.
Damn, have you dynoed this yet?
No, not with the 24 valve P pump. I should be putting out around 500 horsepower, but I haven't had it on the dyno because the boost tube kept popping off on me.
I love that, like, basically you're running exhaust steel.
Yes,
right?
I just got some 3-inch exhaust pipe and used a exhaust bender to make my own boost tubes. And because this kept popping off, I kind of made my own clamp to hold it together so it doesn't keep popping apart.
Hell yeah, I love this. I love this. He's made an apocalypse vehicle, if you think
Yes,
about it.
if there's an EMP or anything like that, this truck will still run and drive. Everything on is mechanical.
Hell yeah. My favorite part of this, other than that, got the AC unit in the back, baby. It's got AC, and you know my feeling on AC. If you follow any of the builds I've ever done, I'd never build a vehicle without AC. I don't care how you do it, but you gotta be cool, man. And you drive this thing everywhere. You drove it here.
Yes, it's my everyday driver and weekend warrior.
Do you know what kind of fuel economy you get?
Right now, with the P pump, with the bigger delivery valves, I'm getting around 22 to 23 miles per gallon right now. Yes, it's a 30-gallon tank, so I get almost 700 miles to a tank right now.
What do you think that costs you in waste fuel that you're going?
A full tank of fuel is only about 5 cents. It's about 5 gallons for 1 cent right now with straight waste motor oil. When I was mixing it, it was costing about 4 to 5 cents per gallon.
All right, you heard it here first, people. F your EV. You're ruining the earth. Get yourself an old Cummins. I love this. I did notice you have a flux capacitor back here, but I see we got a couple big batteries and a big power inverter.
We have a 5,000 watt power inverter to convert DC current to AC current.
Okay.
Now I can run the air conditioner on just the regular battery under the hood. I added 2 extra batteries so I can run it longer without the truck running. So I could turn the air conditioning on, go and eat breakfast, get ready for work, and when I come out, it's nice and cold. Also, if I go to the grocery store, I can leave my dog in there and have the AC running and stuff like that. It will run for about 4 hours off just battery power.
Damn, all right. What is the controller you got in the on the dash?
That's the power-driven diesel's live AFC controller. So basically I can put it in eco mode, so it runs nice and clean, nice and cool.
Yep.
And then for events like this, I could turn it off and get full power.
You just turn on the sauce.
Yes.
Pour a little sauce on, baby. Hell yeah, love that. What? This back here is
That's for the flamethrower exhaust system.
so you got just straight gasoline in here?
Yes, so inside the cab I got a little push button. So what it does, there's a fuel pump and igniter behind the bumper. So it sprays gasoline in the exhaust. The exhaust blows it out and the igniter ignites it. It shoots flames about 10 to 15 feet out the exhaust.
Now, have you ever considered diluting a little styrofoam in there?
No, because it will clog up the fuel pump.
Oh, there you go.
You know, for the redneck, you know.
I see. Yeah, don't do that at home, kids. If you want to learn more. Look, I love what you've done here, man. I think this is really interesting information for people. You know, if you want to go check it out, go on all of his socials. But let's see what this recycled fuel waste oil diesel will do out on the pad. We got Stinky Peet coming out. This 24 valve Cummins is running out nothing but waste oil. Damn.